welcome to my video. I'm Martina, and today what I thought I would talk about is my spring favorites. I've been accumulating a collection of makeup and music and all kinds of stuff, so I thought I would share with you what I've loved the most this spring of 2016. So the first thing is Trisha Paytas. I just want to give a shout out. Her new album's come out, Daddy Issues. You can get it on iTunes. If you're not a fan of Trisha, then you will probably may not enjoy the album, I don't know, but it certainly does help if you understand contextually what she's all about, and if so, then you'll understand how fun she is, and I really like her music, so check it out if you're so inclined. The next thing that I wanted to point out was my necklace. I bought it on Etsy from a store called Venus Who, and it came in such a cute little package with a thank you card, a personal note. When I got it, I was just so impressed at how cute it is. I mean, I think I only spent like $15 on it. So with that in mind, look at that. Isn't that cute? I've never actually worn it anywhere, but it's cute. So I thought I'd wear it for this video. So that's my next favorite. Where should I start? Why don't I start with the beverage? For a delicious spring beer, for craft beers, I have been absolutely in love with the J-Dubs Brewing Company Passion Wheat. This is what it looks like. It's just a great, easy summer beer. It's passion fruit and mango wheat ale. It's not overly sweet. I don't really like sweet beers. I'm not into the Blue Moon thing, none of that. And it's also light on the alcohol. It's only 4.2%. So it's just an easy summer drink to have. So cheers to that. Really good. Okay, and then let's talk a little bit more about fashion. So I've been obsessing over these shoes. You may have seen them if you watched my Valentine's outfit of the day earlier this year. They're by Charles David. And the only thing when I wore them on Valentine's Day was the bottoms are pretty slippery. And so as I was making my grand exit out of the restaurant, I almost bit it, of course. You know, that I wouldn't want it any other way because that's just me. You know, if I'm gonna try and look glamorous, I need to fuck it up somehow. So yeah, I almost fell in the middle of the restaurant. And on that day, not only did I almost fall, but they also hurt a lot. They were squeezing my toe right here in the inside, which makes me want to also point out to you these Dr. Scholl's Dream Walk. This is not the first time I bought these. In fact, I buy like 7 or 8 of them sometimes at a time and just throw them in any of my high-heeled shoes. It's just a cushion for the inside of the high heel, and it can help with a number of things. If your foot tends to slip because there's not enough support, this will help prevent that. If you're going to be on your feet for a long time, this will make that completely bearable. And for me, it prevented my toe from being pinched. So it can help with just many things, but I just love these, and I've been using them for years. They're like $8 or $9 a set. I change them out frequently just because, you know. But I love these things, and I would highly recommend them if you wear high heels, if you're going to be up on your feet for a long period of time. This will save your life. So I recommend that. The next thing I'm going to talk about is, it's called Poopery. This is Trap a Crap scent, and this is the Royal Flush. It came in a set called the Master Crapper, and basically you just put a couple spritz of this before you take a dump, and you're not going to make your roommates' lives miserable or your wives' lives miserable. So yeah, whoever got this for Tom for his birthday, it's more of a gift for me than him. I'm so appreciative. I love this. I can't recommend it enough. Yeah. If your shit stinks, get this. Moving on to hair. I've definitely took a beating on my hair. I went recently down to Fort Lauderdale for a weekend, and I kept washing my hair, so I really did some damage to it, and I don't know how long it'll take to come back. But I've been using this Kerastase, which is basically L'Oreal. It's like this hair mask type thing or conditioner. This is what it looks like. It's the Thermique. It smells fantastic. It kind of smells like honey and vanilla. It's a wonderful scent, and you don't need a lot. And I don't put it obviously at the roots of my hair. I only concentrate it on this bottom half of my hair. I use a different conditioner for the top that's non-greasy. And it does an amazing job kind of like softening up my hair and taking that, you know, hay feeling out of it. So I highly recommend that. I love that conditioner. So you can buy it probably in most salons that sells this kind of brand. I bought it at the place that I get my facials done. And I just picked it up off the shelf. I'm like, whatever, I'll try this. And I ended up really loving it. So a definite plus on that. And on to dry shampoos. So if you watched my hair care routine video, you probably already know that Chlorane, the Nettle, and then the Toni & Guy Cleanse dry shampoos are two of my favorites, and I still love them. I still have them. I use them a lot. But I've added a third one to my routine, and it's from the R&Co Death Valley, and it's the Death Valley dry shampoo. It smells amazing. It absolutely leaves no white cast in your hair, so that's fantastic. I actually love this more than the other two now, but I'll continue to switch them out just because sometimes you just want something a little different. So, but yeah, I absolutely love this stuff. So R&Co Death Valley, it's fantastic. You definitely want to pick this up. I get mine on Birchbox.com. It's not cheap. I think it's like $25 a bottle, but it's a big bottle. It's like 300 milligrams comparative to 250 on the Toni & Guy, which I think is like $15 or $18, something like that. And then the Chlorane, which is only 150 milligrams, and I think this is pretty expensive. I think it's like $20, $25 somewhere in there. So this actually, I think, is a pretty good deal considering how much you get. You know, of course, it'll last you depending on how often you use it. So that's that. Spring favorite that I have is a soundtrack that Tom made for me when I went down to Fort Lauderdale for the Fetish Factory anniversary event. I will list all the songs on this CD in the comment box below, but if you don't listen to any of the songs, the one that I would highly suggest you check out is the When Doves Cry cover. I will list the artist of that below. I just thought that was such a great cover. And speaking of covers, Prince's cover of Creep before he died, I think that was at Coachella. You want to check that out too on YouTube. That's awesome. So yeah, the When the Doves Cry cover, check it out. It's really good. All the songs on this are fantastic, which is why it's a spring favorite. I listen to it all the time. So yeah, check all the songs out. It's good stuff. Another one of my favorites is, I love Yankee Candle. I've been buying Yankee Candle tarts for years and years and years, but we recently got the fresh mint one, and it would seem obvious that that would be a great scent for the house, and it really is. So definitely, if you like Yankee Candle, if you like the tarts or the candles or whatever, the fresh mint is just a pleasant, you know, somewhat clean, but still kind of mellow scent. I love it. Another one of my favorites is nail polish, specifically the Sally Hansen Miracle Gel. So it's somewhat of a gel nail polish, but you don't need any kind of a light with it or any kind of a prepping or post top coat, none of that. You basically just chuck this on. And if you get some of the more opaque colors, like this one, which is what I'm wearing today, you can just do one coat, and this is one coat basically. This is one coat on my nails. It's fantastic. And not only do I love the consistency and how easy this is to work with, shape of the applicator is actually a little different. It's not as tapered as typically, and it's kind of flat, and it makes it so easy to put the nail polish on. This is basically one coat. I did it fast. Yeah, it's a fantastic no, but it's good enough, and it dries really fast too. So if you're in a hurry, you can throw one coat on this. It'll dry pretty quickly. You don't need a top coat if you don't want to put one on there. I found that this color right here, 220 Pink Tank, is the easiest to apply. It's the most opaque, and it's actually a really pretty color. I have a bunch of other colors as well. You'll get different results on some of these. Some will go on amazingly well. Others, you're going to need you're going to need the extra coat. You're going to need the 2 coats on. But it's a beautiful nail polish. It'll last. You know, for me, I'm pretty hard on my nail polish, and I can get sometimes even a week out of it before it really starts chipping. So it's a really, really great. Now, they're kind of expensive. I think they're $9 for one bottle, but I think that if you go and you do the Walgreens sales, coupons, that kind of thing, if you're savvy about your shopping, you can probably get a good deal on them if you keep your eyes out. So love these. This is the Sally Hansen Miracle Gel. So, and it also comes off with just standard nail polish. You don't need any kind of crazy scraping or anything like that. You can just wipe it off with nail polish, and I think that that's fantastic. So it saves my nails. You know, I like to get my nails done, but I feel like every time I get them done, my nails get completely trashed. The other thing, when I went down to Fort Lauderdale, I knew that I wanted to get a new foundation. I've been using the Chanel, whatever it is, Lumiere foundation for a long time, and that's perfect for day to day because it's kind of a sheer coverage. It's not overly cakey, so it's great for day to day. But going down to Fort Lauderdale, I knew that I wanted to get something that was going to be full-on glam. And so when I went into Sephora, I told them, I'm like, I really kind of want to try something from Dior. I haven't had any of their foundations before. And I want something that's absolutely full coverage and matte. And so what she ended up hooking me up with was the Dior Skin Forever. So the shade that I've got is 22. It's a little light for me. It was perfect when I went down there, but since then I've been in the sun extensively 2 or 3 times, and of course I've gotten a little bit more of a tan, so I'm going to be going back and getting maybe a shade or 2 darker than this for the summer. But the consistency of this is amazing. My skin the entire vacation ended up coming out flawless with almost no effort because of this foundation. I absolutely love it. It's almost got kind of like a gel type consistency, but it just ends up looking beautifully matte. There's no cakiness to it. I would highly recommend it. It's kind of pricey, but I feel like of all the things that you put on when it comes to makeup, your foundation should be the one that's just the best, right? You really want to make sure that that looks good. Everything else can kind of, you know, be wonky, but nonetheless, you really want to make sure that, you know, your skin comes out looking flawless, and with this, it definitely will. Then I've got 2 blushes to share with you. One of them is by Kiko, and it's like this kind of like the padded type blush. It kind of, you dab it and then it's on your finger. It's very light, and which is what I like. I don't really see, you can see kind of on, and then you just kind of dab it on your cheeks. And if you kind of just pat it around, it'll actually it'll distribute itself pretty nicely, and I absolutely love this. The color is gorgeous. It is 04 Passion Red Wine, Rebel Bouncy. So like bouncy blush is what they call it. I got it online. Kiko is a brand. I bought a bunch of their stuff just to kind of test them out. I never got to really try the foundation because it was way too dark, so I ended up throwing that away. Eyeshadows, I thought those came out really nice. I really like those. So Kiko is a brand. It's kind of cheap. You do pay shipping. I do believe I did have to pay shipping, but I got a bunch of their stuff, maybe for 40 bucks to do an entire face, and I thought that their products were pretty quality. So check them out online. They're pretty good. The next blush that I absolutely love is this Physicians Formula Rose Blush. It's very subtle. So you kind of course I'm piling on the blush now, but I kind of just dab my brush in it, and then I just sweep it across my cheeks. And there's no way that you can like overdo this because it is so subtle that it comes out looking really natural and pretty. Plus it's so cute, isn't it? So yeah, I would definitely recommend buying this. So you can always pair this up with other blushes. I've done that. I've used this as like a base on a wider range of my cheeks, and then I'll go in with something like my Love blush set with something a little bit darker like this or that, any one of these shades, to kind of more concentrate it on the apples of the cheeks, and I really like the results of that, so I would recommend it. So yeah, the Physicians Formula, even if you have other blushes that you love, you could probably layer this underneath it, and it makes it look more glowy, more well distributed. Staying with the theme of makeup, I've been using this highlighter for a very long time. It's called Bliss by Ofra. I got this in a, like a, I don't know if it was in Birchbox or Ipsy. I think it was Birchbox. It's a mess by this point. I've had it for like over a year now, okay? And it is so concentrated that just a little bit will, so I just dip my brush in just a tiny bit. And then if I put on my cheeks, you probably won't be able to tell in the camera, but let me tell you something. This is on point. This is like not stuff you want to wear every day. This is glam for the nighttime. Yeah. Amazing. So I love this, and I'm planning to purchase another package of it. I don't need it right now. I also use it on my eyes for like the inner corners or under the brow highlight. This is amazing. I love it. So I would check that out for sure. And again, that's Ofra eyeshadow and highlighter in Bliss. So it's really the only Ofra product I've got, but I'm highly impressed. I don't know why I haven't bought anything from them yet. I guess I'm just waiting for that to kind of run out, and then I'll make a big order. I heard that their matte lipsticks are really good, so. The next thing, when I was down in Fort Lauderdale, I was wearing liquid lipsticks every day. I was using mainly Lime Crime, various shades of Lime Crime, wearing Lime Crime today. So my lips got pretty well dried out. So when I got back, I went ahead and I purchased the Milani Moisture Lock. They've got these in a lot of different flavors, scents, I guess you could say. They're not meant to be like a lip tint or a stain. They're more of like a lip conditioning type thing. So I bought it, and I got the one that's like grapeseed oil infused. It kind of does smell like grapes. The applicator is ridiculous on this thing, but it's actually kind of fun to apply. So I keep this on my nightstand, and after I'm done with my light stem treatment, I'll go ahead and I'll put this on and let it condition my lips through the night, because yeah, abuse of the lips when it comes to the liquid lipsticks. The next thing that I wanted to share with you is a set of eyeshadow palettes. They're drugstore. They're the Milani's. This is 05 Earthy Elements Everyday Eyes eyeshadow collection. This is my favorite one out of all of them. It's just got these beautiful kind of peachy, corally, natural shades. I also have the 03 Smoky Essentials. This one's really not my style, but I do kind of like that tan color there. Then this is another great one, the 02 Bare Necessities. Love this. And then this is kind of more of the wild one, 06 Vital Brights. The reason I'm sharing these with you and why I have so many of them, which is unlike me, I typically don't go out and buy every palette that some brand makes. The formulation and the quality of these eyeshadows is amazing. The blend is great. The color payoff is wonderful. And it's a drugstore brand. So I would highly recommend it. If nothing else, get this. Or get this one if you want to have some, you know, with a pop of color. I love these eyeshadows. I would highly recommend them. They're amazing. So Milani, again, you know, I think they do a great job. I think Rimmel has probably the best drugstore foundations. And then I would say Milani by far seems to have the best eyeshadows. And then I feel like Physicians Formula does a great job with some of their highlights, the bronzers, blushes. So those are kind of my opinions on drugstore brands, the things that I love the most. I guess my last spring favorite, last but not least, is when I was in Fort Lauderdale. I think I made an amazing new friend. Her name is Trina. And so I think she's probably my spring favorite as well. I really enjoyed talking to her. You know, when you meet that person that you kind of have a ton in common with, that they're very easy to talk to right from the start. You know, and you're blessed with not that many, at least I'm not, with that many people in my life that just flow in so easily. It's typically a bumpy ride. So I really do appreciate when I do meet upon a kindred spirit. And so definitely a spring favorite by Trina. So I think that pretty much covers the main things that I wanted to talk to you about today. I do have one more thing. It's a fashion, it's a piece of clothing. And so months and months ago on Etsy, I bought this rope harness, and I got it in the mail, and then I ended up not wearing it or not even going to the event that I was planning to wear it to. And it kind of got stuck in one of my under the bed containers. And I never really thought about it again until it was time for me to go on vacation down to Fort Lauderdale. And I had this dress that when I purchased it from Westward Bound, I put it on and I'm like, I really don't like the way this dress looks on me. It didn't accentuate my curves right. I wasn't too thrilled with it. And it almost got left behind, and I was going to replace it with another outfit. But at the very last minute, the night as I was packing to go to Fort Lauderdale, I remembered that I had that harness. And so I quickly just put it into my suitcase and I packed that dress, even though I really wasn't going to. And I took it down with me. And that night I went ahead and put it on to go to the event. And I really ended up loving the way that it looked. So I'm going to insert a picture here, a video of that outfit. And I will link the maker of that harness below, because she has that, but she's also got, I think, a couple of more designs on the harnesses, and she's also got some very beautiful, classy, flowy dresses too. I don't have any of her dresses, but it's certainly a goal to purchase one, and I want to buy another harness because I love the one that I had in this video so much, and I got a lot of compliments on it, and I think it ended up working well with that outfit. So that's definitely another spring favorite, and I know it's a spring favorite because I wore it now twice, which is like, wow, in a very short period of time. So I know I love that harness. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers that's definitely everything. And so thanks for watching. Subscribe and like and comment on some of the things that you like or that you've tried yourself, or the things that you want to try or have any questions on. I'll be more than happy to respond to that. So all right, well, I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.